Hello, fellow cycling fans, and welcome to my preview of Giro d'Italia 2025 Stage 8 preview. Probably the most unpredictable stage of this year's edition. But before we take a closer look at Stage 8, let's do a quick recap of Stage 7. In the end, won by Juan Ayuso. He was the strongest in the final 500 meters, winning in front of Isaac del Toro. Egan Bernal is back into contention. I'm so happy to see that after his misfortunes previously in the previous years. Egan Bernal in third. Primož Roglič didn't look great, only fourth in front of Ciccone, Tiberi, Caruso, Carapaz, Max Poole, and Michael Storer. Also a bit disappointing result for him, only 10th, but he also loses some time to both Ayuso and Roglic. That means that in the GC, Roglic now takes over the pink jersey Maglia Rosa from Mats Pedersen. Juan Ayuso just 4 seconds behind him, and Isaac del Toro just 9 seconds behind. UAE Team Emirates looking amazing so far. Tiberi in 4th, Poole, Storer, McNulty, Vacek still going amazingly good in 8th, in front of Simon Yates, Richard Carapaz, Damiano Caruso, Pellizzari, Ciccone, Egan Bernal in 14th, but he is moving up the ranks, and Adam Yates in 15th. He had a bad day, but he was all banged up from the yesterday's crash, so it is still a good place for him in the GC. In the points classifications, obviously Mats Pedersen is still dominating this competition, almost 100 points in front of Tonelli. In the KOM, Lorenzo Fortunato still leads just by 8 points in front of Ayuso. He gets a massive 50 points today, and Paul Double is also challenging for the blue jersey. He is at 36. Obviously, Juan Ayuso takes the white jersey as well, and in the team's classifications you know that already. UAE Team Emirates is in front. So moving on to stage 8, it is quite a long one, 197 kilometers. There is again more than 3000 meters of elevation gain, 3800 to be precise, but there are not a lot of hard climbs. The hardest one is this category 1 climb, Sassoteto, some 13 kilometers at around 7.3%, but still it crests some 90 kilometers before the finish, and it's really hard to see a GC action today, or rather tomorrow. Then we have another third category climb, 5.5 kilometers at 6.9%. Then one uncategorized climbs, which is the Red Bull kilometer. It is called Castel Santa Maria, 1.4 kilometers at 7.3%, and the final climb of the day, Gaggiole, just under 1 kilometer at around 8%. So this looks like a nailed on stage for the breakaway. I also predicted that the breakaway will win on stage 7, but then Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe kinda controlled it, kinda didn't. Then a little check took over for probably Vacek or Ciccone, and then in the end even Ineos helped them, but I don't see any team doing that shenanigans tomorrow. They will want to save themselves for a later in the race. Even if you catch the breakaway, it is still a hard stage to control, and then someone can surprise you with a late attack. Maybe the only team that has the numbers is a UAE Team Emirates, and they can maybe try something in the end, but still I think that this is a breakaway stage. This is how the stage looks on the map. We are starting once again near the Adriatic coast, and then going inland towards those climbs and the finishing town of Castel Raimondo from the starting town of Giulianova. This is the final 8 kilometers. You can see it is for a punchy guy. We have even some almost 500 meters of really steep terrain, some 12% average gradient with a ramp of around 14%. Then it is a long downhill, some 4.5 kilometers before the final punch into the Castel Raimondo, and I think that a small group will reach the finish together. Maybe 3 or 4 guys will fight it out for the win. What about the weather on Saturday in this part of Italy? Well, it's going to be much more pleasant than it was in the last 2 days, some 17, 18 degrees Celsius. However, at around 4 p.m. there is a small chance of rain, but it will probably be just a light shower. The wind will not be strong, just 2 meters per second from the east, and that means that once again it will be tailwind for our guys tomorrow. So what do the bookmakers think? Who will be in the breakaway? As you can see, at 12 it is anybody's stage. Literally, there is no favorite for tomorrow's stage. I am still thinking who is my pick. I'm thinking about Vacek. He really looks great this year. I don't think that he will be dropped from the breakaway on that big climb, and then if it comes to sprint, then Vacek is probably the top favorite. Zambanini as well looks good, and Peyo Bilbao. Probably Bahrain will try to send one or two guys in a breakaway. Of course, they still have Tiberi in the peloton in the GC. He is high, so they will want to save him as well. Then Primož Roglič, Isak Del Toro, Mats Pedersen. He looks like he recovered today, so maybe he can even go in a breakaway and win the stage tomorrow. Probably Lidl should try and go into a breakaway with both Vacek and Pedersen, and then see what happens. Will one of them stick until the end? Scaroni, he tried today. I think he was a big favorite in that group, but in the end he was unlucky that the breakaway was caught. Peyo Bilbao, like I said, and Zambanini, those guys will be in a breakaway. Fortunato maybe as well. He missed the breakaway today, but this stage is not really suited for him. Vendrame is a good option for Decathlon. Ulisi, you know that Astana is going to have at least two or three guys in that breakaway, so Ulisi is once again a good option. Marco Frigo as well, maybe even maybe he will also try to go in a breakaway. Wout van Aert, those are the guys that I'm looking at the most. Already I mentioned Quinten Hermans before, so these are all guys that I can see winning. It is so hard to predict the winner of this stage, but in the end I will go, I think, with Andrea Vendrame from Decathlon. He will probably be there or thereabout if he gets in the breakaway, and then he has a nice sprint to win this stage. So that is all for this preview of stage 8. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy my comments about races. So like this video if you do. Don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate all the guys who subscribed. Yesterday there were 10 more subscribers, so that is really amazing. My goal is to reach 1000 subscribers this year, and it's looking good so far. So thank you for doing that. Also hit that notification bell so you never miss a preview. Have a great day, and I hope to see you tomorrow for my preview of a gravel stage on Strade Bianche, stage 9. Bye!